Hey everyone, it's me E and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about an anime that's like in no way, shape, or form on the cutting edge right now. It's K-On!, which I believe was like out in 2009, so this anime is over 10 years old at this point in time. And I never knew it existed. I think it just popped up on my Netflix recommended and I decided to watch it because I think I had heard somewhere online somebody said that this was like their default comfort show that they like to go back and watch again and again. So I started watching it, and like my initial impression was, of course, that like the show was really, really cute. It's about a girls' light music club at an all-girls school, and I mean it's just adorable. And the main character Yui is really, really cute actually. And I watched the first season of it on Netflix, but I think it was taken off of Netflix before I was able to start season 2. But I found season 2 on Hulu. And then it was taken off of Hulu. But I managed to finish the show before it was removed. Just barely. I think I finished it the day before it expired. And the thing is that it makes it sound like, oh, I was just in a rush to watch the show. But the truth is I really wasn't. This is like probably one of the least bingeable animes that I've seen. And like, I'm not an anime expert by any point, like by any means. But I've seen several over the last year or two. I don't know what it is. I guess I've just caught this anime bug. But anyway, this one is not bingeable to me at all. And when I say that, I mean like, it's not like it's a bad show. It's not like I didn't want to watch it, but it's just like so slow. There's no plot. There's no, I mean, there is continuity, but it's not like the edge of your seat, you're in suspense continuity that keeps you wanting to come back and watch episode after episode. Like you could put the show down for 6 months and come back later and start watching it again, and you wouldn't feel like you had to go back and watch previous episodes to know what's going on. Like I said, there is continuity, but it's not like you don't need to know any fine details to understand and enjoy the show you're watching. And for that reason, I think I actually kind of really liked this show. It was something that I could put on when like I had nothing else going on. Like it was definitely a good show to watch between watching other shows. And if I just wanted to watch something kind of relaxing and pointless, that's what I would put on. Because like even the plots of each episode are barely plots at all. Like nothing ever happens really. They just drink tea and eat snacks. They don't even really practice their music, which is the point of their club. The thing is that like aesthetically, it's just a really cute show, and it's very much like a relaxing wind down show. They're just goofy and silly girls. Like there's no romance in it. There's really no drama in it. Like if you want a show that basically has no stakes and that you don't feel stressed at all while watching, this would be the one to watch. And I will say that the actual music in this show, like they don't practice their music that much. So the music in the show doesn't really come into play that often. But whenever they do play a show or they are practicing, they are decent, I guess. And the songs are good. And I actually really liked the season 1 opening a lot. It's just really upbeat. And the opening and closing of each episode, the songs are really good. So it's enjoyable for that as well. My favorite character is probably Yui, followed by Ritsu or Richan, who's the other brunette girl. The one thing, it's like Yui and Richan kind of look similar, and Mio and Azusa look similar, both having kind of dark, sleek, long hair, but Azusa at least puts hers up in ponytails. But anyway, I think that all of the characters are really good, except for Mugi, which I do like her. I just feel like she's kind of underdeveloped. Like, her main character trait is being rich, and her second character trait is being ditzy, whereas I feel like the other characters are a little bit more well-rounded, but they are all just kind of like silly girls. Even Azusa, she's an underclassman, but she's like disappointed to find out that the light music club barely practices and hardly does anything music related, but she gets caught up in their frivolity as well, which is funny to see. I really like their faculty advisor, though she's basically the one person who imports weird anime tropes into the show. Like she's always trying to put them in like skimpy outfits for their stage shows. So that's kind of weird. And that's like very much like a weird anime vibe. Like it's one of those things that's like This is the reason why a lot of like American people don't watch anime, is because of weird stuff like this, but it's very mild, like, and that's pretty much the only thing in the whole show that like gives off a weird vibe. Some of my favorite episodes were from like the latter half of the second season. There's one that's really good where they go to a music festival together. And again, nothing really happens, but they just have a chat on the side of a hill about how they want to play music together forever. And honestly, there were some moments in this show, even though there's no plot, even though nothing happens, that kind of choked me up just because like the friendship between the girls in the light music club was so wholesome and sweet. And Yui's relationship with her younger sister Ui is also really cute and sweet and choked me up a little bit as well. I haven't seen the K-On! Movie yet. As from my understanding, it's like a girls go on a vacation movie, or they go to, I think, England together. But I would like to watch it, but there's just nowhere to watch it. And it was never on Hulu or Netflix, even when the shows were on those streaming services. The movie is difficult to find. Now, I could always watch it through some sketchy means, but I try not to do that if I can avoid it. But like, there's nowhere to even rent it that I can find. So if you know where to watch the K-On! Movie legally and inexpensively, let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about this anime. Like I said, it's very uneventful, but would I recommend it? Yes, I would, especially if you're between shows and you aren't really looking to get into something that is like going to keep you up all night because you just have to watch the next episode. Like, if you want a bite-sized show that you are content to just watch one episode at a time, this is definitely like the perfect show for that. A lot of times I would watch it while like riding my exercise bike. I would just put it on, and then by the time the episode was over, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm done exercising now, and it was a good way to pass the time. But I will say some of the episodes are actually kind of boring because, like I said, nothing happens, and it's kind of like, why am I even watching this? But that's not, in general, my impression of this show. I thought it was very cute, and the characters are lovable. So that's it for my quote-unquote review of this not bingeable and difficult to watch anime, since it's not on Netflix or Hulu anymore. As far as the fan art, I decided to do like a group shot. I used a reference photo from Pinterest, and you could probably see me struggling at the beginning of the video with figuring out how to draw Mio. Mio's the dark-haired girl in the back left. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how I wanted to position her head, so I had to redraw that like a billion times before I figured it out. And I decided to make it super saturated and bright because the show, even though the show's not super saturated and bright, the feeling it gives you is super saturated and bright, if that makes any sense. Like, the show itself has a vibrant mood, even though it doesn't necessarily have a vibrant aesthetic. But anyway, if you've seen K-On!, let me know what you think of it as well. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!